Hey guys, today's video I want to talk a little bit on inspiration for runners. And I wanted to also share a little bit of tough love with you because I know how disciplined, how driven and focused you are. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be on this channel, you wouldn't be seeking answers. You are somebody that's already driven, probably already highly successful, somebody that is continuing to push their body and push their preparation to the next level. And I really just wanted to share some tips with you in regards to, in terms of inspiration for runners. You have to ultimately decide if you're going to be average, good, or great. There is absolutely nobody going to get you out the door. Nobody's going to hold your hand in order to get a new personal best or to run a sub 3-hour marathon or 90-minute half marathon. You have to put in that work, and you have to rely on your God-given abilities. If you're lacking on talent like I was, then you are going to have to rely on that work ethic. You're going to have to get out the door when you don't want to do it. If you're training for either a track event, maybe you're in high school preparing for the 1600 meter or 3200 meter events, or you're in college training for the 5000 or the 10,000, or you're a more advanced runner and you've been training for many years and you're trying to maybe earn a Boston Marathon qualifying standard or trying to qualify for the Olympic trials. Ultimately, at the end of the day, there are no excuses. You either do or you don't. And I had to make that same decision myself. I wanted to get to a point where I could get to the elite level in distance running. Early on in my career, I was more focused on the mile. When I was in high school, I had the dream of breaking the 4-minute mile like a lot of high school athletes do that run the 1600 meter event. Actually, the mile is 1609 meters, but the goal was in high school was to run it as fast as I possibly could and see how far I could push myself. But nobody could do that for me. I started running the mile and I ran it in 5:30 the first time I ran it as a freshman in high school. Graduated my senior year with a personal best of 4 minutes 25 seconds. Never quite got to under the sub 4-minute mile barrier. But I was pleased with that effort, and I could see what I could accomplish if I continued to train and continue to be immersed in what I was doing. And that's really what you have to do. There is no easy way to get to a new personal best. There's no easy way to set to run these big time goals that you're thinking about. I think it's critically important that you continue to visualize yourself seeing what you want to do well in advance. I mean, right now you may be a 6-minute miler and you want to break the 5-minute barrier and you want to run 4:55 for the mile. Or maybe you're a 5-hour marathoner and you're dreaming about one day running 3 hours and 30 minutes for the marathon. You have to see that in your mind first. You have to see what you want in your mind already as if it's already been accomplished. And I cannot stress this enough, how important that is. There were a lot of times when I was early on in my career where I was routinely practicing, mentally rehearsing myself, doing something that I currently couldn't do, but that I was dreaming about doing. And perfect example, when I first started running marathons in 2002, I debuted at the 2002 New York City Marathon. I was a part of a lung cancer research team where we started in the last place. Chase Manhattan Bank of New York was donating $1 for every runner we had passed. So we weren't allowed to start the race until every runner had crossed the start line. And I still remember, we started off in 32,189th place. I finished 256th overall by the end of the race in 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 36 seconds. And I was dreaming about, wow, I was like 2:43. I mean, this is a solid time, it's strong, but I need to run 2 hours and 22 minutes or faster to qualify for the Olympic trials, the 2008 Olympic trials. And I continued to just replay that over and over in my mind, seeing 2:21:59 on the clock. And I guarantee you that this does work. Of course, you cannot just visualize yourself doing something that you currently can't do without putting in the hard work. I definitely do not want to mislead you in regards to that. You can visualize all day long, but if you're not putting in the hard track workouts, if you're not going out there doing those long runs, doing what needs to be done in order to succeed, you're not going to achieve your goals. You have to combine them both together. But I think that mental aspect, that mental preparation, and seeing yourself doing something that you think you're currently not capable of doing, or maybe something that you just think you're not capable of doing, You need to routinely, on a daily basis, spending between 10 and 20 minutes a day thinking about that. Start writing it down. Write it down and make little notes. Put it in your car. Put it in your wallet where you can open it up. Put it in your purse so you can see it daily. Don't just think about it. Actually write down what you want to do. I did that several times when I was preparing for trying to break a 2:22 marathon. And there's a big, massive difference between running 2:43.36 and 2:21.59. A 6:14 mile pace all the way to 5:25 mile pace is light years difference. But I was willing to commit, and that's what you have to do. In terms of inspiration for runners, that's what I'm stressing for. I don't care if you're brand new to the sport and you're just trying to run your first 5K, or maybe you're trying to run a specific time for a specific distance, or you're an advanced athlete trying to get to the elite level. That spending that time daily, visualizing what you want to do, seeing it before its actual reality, is key to getting to the very top level in this sport. And if you're lacking talent, if you feel like you don't have what it takes to get to that level, then you have to rely 100% on your work ethic and your willingness to get out the door, put in the heavy work, continue to work on your speed. If you're lacking speed, as was I, you have to continue to work on that leg speed. Spend 2 to 3 times a week spending time doing those strides, working on 50 to 100 meter all out strides. Not necessarily all out, but about 80% to close to 100% out, all out during that last 20 meters of a 100 meter sprint, and continue to do this over weeks and over months and over years. And I promise you, if you're persistent and consistent enough, and you believe in yourself, and you're hungry and you're driven and you're motivated, there is no excuse why you can't achieve what you're dreaming about. And I often think about the quote Billy Mills said. Billy Mills was the last American to win the 10,000 meter gold medal in the Olympic Games, and he said the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between reality or imagination. And I think a lot of athletes really don't always focus on the power of the subconscious mind. When you're really fit and you've done everything correctly and you've peaked and you've followed a legitimate training plan, and you drop your volume down, your body is in a rested state. What you want in terms of racing and competing is you want to get in that flow state where everything just seems effortless. And to inspire you and to motivate you, that's what I want to do with these videos. What I continue to preach on RunDreamAchieve.com and on NutritionGeeks.com is there are plenty of people around the world that work hard. They work hard and they have little to nothing to show for it in terms of finances. They have a hard time. They're working their tails off because they've been taught one philosophy to live paycheck to paycheck. It's not enough. And you have to think outside the box, not only as an athlete, but also in what you want to do outside of athletics. Do you want to start a business? Do you realize you can start a business that revolves around running and fitness and nutrition for $94.10, a business that will literally pay you for the rest of your life? This isn't a training philosophy that a lot of people are taught. We're all taught to work hard, to be employees, and there's nothing wrong with being an employee, but we're still taught to trade time for money. Now, what does this have to do with inspiration for runners? It's a mindset. You have to think outside the box. You have to start seeking out different types of knowledge so you can get better results by working smarter rather than working your tail off day in and day out and missing your goals. The reason why I love business and the reason why I started that Nutrition Geeks website, NutritionGeeks.com website, is the fact that I already have a background in wellness, nutrition, fitness, athletics, and I wanted to transfer all of that passion that I had for middle to long distance running after I retired, and transfer that into my business and help other people, other athletes and non-athletes alike, to get to the next level, not only as an athlete, but in their life. I'm sick and tired of people around the world barely making ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck. You were not born a slave. We're here to be happy, we're here to live healthy, and we're here to have a rich, full life. And I'm tired of seeing so many hardworking people, talented people, driven, motivated people having to give up their entire paycheck, mostly 90 to 95% of their paycheck, to bills, bill collectors, and banks. And you have to make that decision if you're going to be average, good, and great. And to do that, you have to start working smart. There's a thing called leverage. There's a business principle called the success principle of duplication. It's not taught in our school systems. The majority of us were not taught anything about it. And yet the people that are using it, the entrepreneurs, the business owners, if you look at all these businesses around you, McDonald's, Lowe's, Amazon, Google, Facebook, they're expanding all around the world. They're duplicating their work habits. That's what you have to do, not only as somebody that's seeking you're going after a big dream, or you're wanting to start your own business, or you're wanting to get better results as an athlete, as a runner. You need to think, how can I do more with less? We've all been taught that running higher volume, high mileage is the answer to better results. That's not always the case. How many hardworking athletes do you know that still don't meet their goals? The trick is, start learning what people that are getting better results than you, what are they doing? And I've tried to mix that in with being not only an athlete but a businessman as well. There are clues on RunDreamAchieve.com and especially on NutritionGeeks.com that you're either going to ignore or you're going to take action and you're going to do something about. And that's my message to you today in regards to inspiration for runners. I want you guys thinking outside the box. I want you dreaming about what you envision, what you think you're currently not capable of doing. I want you to start thinking outside of just trading time for a paycheck. Start thinking of other ways to build your residual income, passive income. What can you do? What kind of action can you take where you'll have more free time to spend with your loved ones, more free time to train and prepare for races, where you're creating income when you're sleeping, when you're traveling, when you're on the track training, when you're on the roads training, when you're spending time with loved ones? That's what you want to be thinking about. What do I need to do to get better results by working smarter? That's my message to you today, and I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you're brand new to the channel, or if you're new and you have not yet subscribed, click on the bell icon, click on the subscribe button, give me a like, and as I definitely appreciate the support. All the support you guys give me will help this channel grow. Leave me a comment below if you have a specific question. I'm leaving links here on the video itself. Again, there are clues. They are sometimes right in front of us, and a lot of times most people still cannot see the opportunity that's right there. So it's up to you to take action. It was up to me to get out the door as well. Those running a 2:19 marathon, a 50:54 10-mile time, a 1:44:05 for 20 miles, those types of efforts did not come overnight. You cannot plant a seed today and have an oak tree out the next morning, in your yard. You have to continue to nurture your goal and believe in yourself and focus and stay driven and stay committed and be absolutely fanatical about what you want. Otherwise, you're just going to settle for average. You need to be going after what you dream about, what you believe, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So I hope this video has been helpful. That's my message for inspiration for runners. I hope this has motivated you to think some outside the box and to think about some other strategies that could get you better results, not only on the track, off the track, and not only as an athlete, but as somebody that's got a wealth of knowledge in nutrition, in sports, and wellness that you can share, and you can get compensated for doing that. Imagine being able to impact somebody else's life and you're paid for doing that. That's a very, very powerful message, and there's a lot of leverage in that. So I hope this video has been helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.